way you can say we got a Ponzi. If you got one person, 100 people saying that they can't get money off the platform. You can't find one.
Your weekly payouts have now paused.
GSPartners locked up their investors' money for 18 months and promised them that they were going to pay them 4.15% per week. But now they've completely stopped paying it. There are even people saying they didn't get their initial investment back after the contracts ended. GSPartners' explanation for why this is happening is just complete nonsense, just like most of everything else in their business. They're claiming that they had some losing trades, and instead of getting margin called, that they were going to add more money into those trades, and then they ended up canceling it at a significant loss. But wait, I thought the 4.15% per week was coming from marketing.
They also guarantee you will earn 4.15% on their meta certificates. How can they guarantee that? Because it's not trading. That money comes in through marketing.
So why would a trading loss affect marketing payouts? That just doesn't make any sense. A lot of talking in circles. I can tell you what's happening though. It's a collapsing Ponzi scheme. There's not quite enough new investments to pay back all of these certificates whenever people are canceling them and they can no longer continue to pay the 4.15%. So instead of taking their word for, oh, we had some losing trades, why don't we take a look at some of their other lies in the past? First, BD Swiss, the company that they claimed to be partnered with, actually called them fraudsters and a scam company. Second, does anyone actually have any proof that GSPartners is even trading at all? Well, of course they don't. The only acceptable proof would be registration with the proper regulators and the third-party audits that come along with that. These registrations and audits are mandatory. They're actually legally required to register in every single country that they offer their investments in. So the US and Canada being the top two. Now, before anyone tries to argue this point with me, saying that they're not legally required to register with the financial authorities, well, why don't we take a look at the fraud warnings from Canada, which are saying that they're selling unregistered securities illegally in Canada. There's multiple governments in Canada that are saying this. And don't just take it from me or the regulators in Canada. Let's have a look at a financial advisor saying the exact same thing.
This company is neither registered with any individual state regulatory body nor the SEC. They are actually operating illegally. Do you find that alarming?
Well, I don't know if it's operating illegal or not.
No, I mean, by the definition that you gave me of what they do, they absolutely are. And I'm actually licensed financial advisor. I'm telling you, it's operating illegally.
If you're in GSPartners and you didn't know that this was a scam before, well, I'm hoping that you're opening your eyes and realizing it now that they've stopped paying you. I actually really do feel bad for the victims, and that's why I make these videos, is to warn people who are naive and don't actually understand what's going on. But I do find it hilarious that people like Fard Mahdi, or Fraud Mahdi, as I would like to call him, is eating his words right now.
Can't nobody show you that they can't withdraw their money. Can't nobody show you that they can't withdraw their money. So for it to be a Ponzi scheme, somebody got to be saying, I tried to get money out of there and there's no money there.
No, that's not.
You won't find no person with a GSPartners account that will say that. That's the only way you can say we got a Ponzi. If you got one person, 100 people saying that they can't get money off the platform. You can't find one.
Can we make
extra comment? So I'm
showing
showing
conversation. Mr. Fard here, can we make this a conversation, because you just keep talking over me? I'd like to be able to tell you what a Ponzi scheme is, since you're not.
Now, I know what a Ponzi scheme is,
okay.
But you can't tell me what I know. I know the Ponzi scheme is.
Well, it doesn't sound like it. So
no, it doesn't sound like you know what a Ponzi scheme is. A Ponzi scheme is when everybody don't get their money.
No, that's hilarious.
That's a Ponzi.
No, it's not.
That's a Ponzi.
No, it's not.
That's the definition. That's the definition of a Ponzi.
So I guess now that people aren't getting their money from GSPartners, Fard can actually finally admit that this is a Ponzi scheme, even by his definition. He was very adamant that that's the definition of a Ponzi scheme, is if people don't get their money. Well, there's no chance that he's going to admit it. He never will. And the reason is because a lot of the top promoters like this know that it's a scam, and they know that it's going to collapse at some point. And they're just signing people up for the 15% affiliate commissions. I mean, most of the top affiliates, including Fard, were part of Karatbars, which was what seems to me to be a previous iteration of GSPartners. You can take a look. Joseph Haidt, chairman of the board of Karatbars. He's now chairman of the board of GSPartners.
Joseph Haidt, speaks chairman of the board, president of the group, Karatbars International and Gold Standard Banking Corporate.
And the V99 coin from Karatbars is now the G99 coin from GSPartners. They even carried over the gold theme. So you have Gold Standard Bank, and you also have Karatbars, which is related to gold. So if all these people were part of Karatbars, which is a collapsed Ponzi scheme, and even most of them will admit that at this point, then surely they have to know what's going on here. But instead, what all of these top affiliates are going to do is they're going to try to spin this to make it seem like it's a positive thing and that they're doing it to protect your money. Hell, they're even using that language by saying that they're implementing something called MPS, or Market Protection System. This is basically stopping you from being able to withdraw 50% of your money whenever you go to cash it out, whenever you go to change it from the in-house coins for GSPartners, the G Euro or G999, and they stop you from doing that with 50% of it. But sure, that's a great thing for the investors. That lets them get all their money back, right? Well, of course not. Their only goal is to hold on to as much money as possible for as long as possible. Instead of all this nonsense that they're pitching and where they just keep moving the goalpost, I'm going to shoot it to you straight here. This is a Ponzi scheme. That's the most logical explanation. I've been saying this for 8 months now, and I have a 100% track record on being right about calling out Ponzi schemes. This is only going to get worse for investors. Right now, they've already stopped paying out money, and they're saying, hey, if you invest more money, then maybe we'll start giving you your 4.15% a week back, but you have to give us more money first. If that doesn't raise alarm bells, then I don't know what will. And if I have a 100% track record of being right about calling out Ponzi schemes, for example, Novatech, Crypto Program, Vortic United, and more, then why would you trust them instead of me whenever they've been lying about almost everything this entire time? Let's take a look at a few of their lies. GSPartners claimed to own the J1 towers in Dubai, and they said they were going to pass over profits to people who invested in the J1 coin that they were launching.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
GSPartners used to claim to be partnered with BD Swiss, which is a massive multinational company.
That was a lie.
They claim to have a banking license out of the country of Comoros.
That was a lie.
They even have a company right now that's called Swiss Valorum Bank. Yet they don't have a banking license. They're not a bank. That would be like me going by Dr. Ponzi Patrol when I'm obviously not a doctor. And most importantly, they said that they would pay all the investors 4.15% per week. And well, now you know that's a lie.
Gotcha, bitch.
Bruce Hughes said there were going to be 3 different options for the people who were invested in these certificates. Let's take a look at that.
Option 1, you don't do anything. You've already received your weekly payout, so you've got a bit of profit that's sitting over there. Your weekly payouts have now paused because it's dropped below 100%, okay? And you're just going to wait out the rest of the contract period and receive back whatever's in that account. Okay, that's option 1. Option 2 is you can choose to top that up. You can choose to top it up back to over 100%. And you can choose to see what the markets do. If you do that, again, those are being traded, but you would have activated the weekly payback. The weekly payback is our company's responsibility. Okay, that sits separate. And so we obviously reactivate our responsibility based on that trade, that account being at 100%. Or option 2 is you can wait to see if we offer you something that might be related to our blockchain bonds. And we can't give you all the information on the blockchain bond right now because that can only be explained by the team that has developed our smart contract. And there are dynamics, numbers that you need to understand in the blockchain bond. So we would like to get our blockchain bond team to explain that to you. Those are your 3 options.
So if you can't tell, what they're trying to do is get people to put more money into the system. That's what they need. They need a cash injection. They need more investors. They need more money out of their current investors. And then what they'll do is they'll slowly try to pay some of these people back with their own money that they're going to continue to invest. So whatever you do, do not put more money into GSPartners. I know that I'm going to get a ton of hate comments for this video, but I still feel like I need to warn people about this so that they don't put more money into this obvious Ponzi scheme. There's a saying that goes, it's easy to fool someone, but impossible to convince someone that they've been fooled. I think only a fool would put more money into GSPartners at this point. Why? Well, because they're not even honoring what they said that they were going to do. They said that they were going to give you 4.15% per week, and they're not doing that. They're cutting your withdrawals in half. They're not even paying people back after the contracts end, at least according to comments that I'm getting. So don't do it. If you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, make sure to share it, like it, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, keep patrolling.